What's the scariest animal you've ever seen? The Dunkleosteus ranks number 10 as the top 10 animals that are scarier than dinosaurs. The Dunkleosteus is a sea creature that swam around during the Mesozoic era, long before dinosaurs roamed the earth. And let me tell you, they set the bar pretty high. The fish measures 26 to 32 feet long. That's right, I said feet. It had a streamlined body like a shark and an armour-plated head. Its face was positively frightening. The Dunkleosteus did not have proper teeth, but don't let that fool you. Instead, it had two long, bony blades that could destroy almost anything, and they did. They would eat fish, sharks, and even other Dunkleosteus. Maybe that's why they're extinct today. Unlike human teeth, the Dunkleosteus's teeth kept on growing. They would rub against each other as they did, simulating the effect of a knife being sharpened. Scientists estimate that many of the species have a bite force of 8,000 pounds per square inch. For reference, lions have a bite force of 650 pounds per square inch. Fortunately, Dunkleosteus no longer infest our waters. They could give sharks a run for their money. Ooh, the Helicoprion is another sea beast that made ancient waters unsafe. Its fossils puzzled scientists for years. Paleontologists first became aware of the Helicoprion's existence when they found swirl-shaped fossils that looked like a fruit roll-up embedded with teeth. They soon learned that these were the teeth of the deadly Helicoprion. Scientists determined that these fish's teeth were rolled up into an extension of a part of their body other than their mouth. Some thought the teeth were in the fish's nose and would roll out like a party favour when they were ready to eat. Others thought the teeth were on their back, under their chin, or embedded in their throats. Finally, one scientist correctly deduced the Helicoprion's teeth were embedded in its lower jaw. They would rotate in a buzzsaw-like manner when the fish caught its prey. Even more terrifying, new teeth would sprout as the fish aged, making them even more deadly. Thankfully, the Helicoprion went extinct hundreds of thousands of years ago. That is one species that I'm not sad to say goodbye to. Terrifying fish is one thing, so you should be pretty safe if you're on land. But imagine a creature that could swoop out of the sky and attack. Enter the terror birds, aka the Phorusrhacidae. Terror birds came into vogue after dinosaurs were extinct. They claimed their crown as the most ferocious predator in South America, a title they would hold for the next 60 million years. Part bird, part dinosaur, terror birds grew up to 10 feet tall. Their feet resembled that of a T-Rex. Their hook-like beaks could instantly break the spinal cord of a horse and many of the other herbivores who roamed the land during their reign of terror. Their jaws also came in handy due to their exceptional ability to exert brute force. They used the points of their beak to strike downward and crack the skulls of their prey. Ugh. Their giant heads and powerful feet could reduce their prey to bloody pulps. Oh, and did I mention they were fast? 17 species of terror birds came and went before they finally became extinct about 2.5 million years ago. Kind of makes you grateful for pigeons. What do you reckon? The Platybelodon is like today's elephant, but way more terrifying. It had an extended jaw with modified tusks at the end, which were, in fact, additional incisors. Scientists originally believed these extra teeth were used to dig up vegetation in swampy environments. But subsequent research revealed that they may have been used to slice through vegetation and even cut down tree trunks, which these terrifying elephants would consume just as a snack. Thankfully, these animals were probably herbivores. All the same, I wouldn't want to encounter one in a dark alley. Hey, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to this channel so you never miss out. Now, the Andrewsarchus is more terrifying than you would think, judging by its name. Although scientists have never unearthed skeletons of its entire body, they have encountered its rather large skull, which measures over 3 feet long and was filled with sizable sharp teeth. The skull was found in Mongolia in 1923 by Roy Chapman Andrews and his crew, hence the name. Although the skull was the only evidence found of the animal's existence, scientists used their sample as well as the animal's evident resemblance to the Mezonics, another prehistoric creature, to determine how it may have looked. What they came up with was a 16-foot long, 6-foot high, lumbering hunk of pure terror. It roamed around on all fours and had a death-grip snout. Its weight rounded off around the 2,000-pound mark, earning it the title of the largest carnivorous mammal ever. Now, it is possible that the Andrewsarchus was more of a fun-loving scavenger than a terrifying predator, but I certainly wouldn't be waiting around long enough to find out, that's for sure. Hey, what comes to mind when you hear the name Titanoba? The hugest snake that ever lived? Ding, 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 you are correct. The Titanoba was around 50 feet long and weighed a cool 2,500 pounds. The beast was so large that it defied the laws of physics. You see, humans are relatively small because gravity keeps us in check. Sea creatures tend to be the largest animals because they swim underwater, so gravity doesn't affect them much. So how did the Titanoba survive? Scientists believe it spent much of its time swimming. Titanobas ate just about anything. They would stalk creatures like reptiles and alligators and wrap their massive bodies around them to squeeze the life out of them before consuming them in their mighty jaws. It's safe to say that not even the most experienced snake charmer would try to charm this beast. The Jacalopterus belongs to the Eurypterid family, aka the sea scorpions. Most scorpions can fit in the palm of a hand, but the Jacalopterus just had to be different. This oversized critter would grow up to 8 feet long. It looks like a cross between a horseshoe crab and the facehuggers from Alien movies, except this creature could hug your entire body. The sea scorpion would use its oar-like tail to propel itself swiftly through the water. Its many appendages included claw-like front claws that it would use to capture and crush its prey as they swarmed by. Scientists once discovered a fossilized Jacalopterus claw that measured a whopping 18 inches across. If the Jacalopterus was alive today, there's no doubt it could clench a human skull in one of its mighty claws and crush a person to death. Thankfully, it became extinct millions of years ago. Hey, if you thought the Jacalopterus was interesting, wait till you find out which animal made it to number 1. Stick around, Cobber. Many of us have a healthy fear of rats, okay? Thankfully, they're small, but that wasn't the case 8 million years ago when the Phobiromus pattersoni, aka giant rats, roamed the earth. These oversized rodents measured an impressive 10 feet with an additional length added for their 5-foot-long tails. They were also around 1,700 pounds, comparable to the size of an American bison. Although Phobiromes were closely related to guinea pigs, they looked more like capybaras. They had deep-set jaws and sharp front teeth that helped them consume their herbivorous diet. They also had foot-long incisors that enhanced their attractive features. It's a good thing these animals were herbivores, but angering one of them could make you the prime victim of an incisor attack, and I'm sure that wouldn't have been much fun. Now, here's one for all you entomophobes out there. If you think insects are scary now, imagine how you would have felt if you encountered an 8.5-foot millipede. Enter the Anthropleura. An Anthropleura's hundreds of massive legs would propel them through nature areas with unnerving speed and precision. Their segmented, flexible bodies could easily cause them to rear up on their hind legs and look a human right in the eyes. As the largest land invertebrates, it's unlikely that the Anthropleura had any natural predators. However, they became extinct when the moist rainforest of their environments began drying out. So, how come today's bugs just don't compare to this mighty creature? The leading theory is that bugs attained a larger size due to a surplus of oxygen in the Earth's environment. The lowland swamps that existed when Anthropleura crawled the Earth contributed to oxygen levels of around 30%, almost 50% higher than today's oxygen levels. Climate change is a serious issue, but I'm sure we're all thankful for the lack of giant bugs hanging around. Am I right? Coming in at number 1 is the Triassic kraken. Many of us have heard pirate tales about the Kraken, humongous sea creatures that capsize sea vessels and munch on their crews. It's common knowledge that Kraken don't exist, or do they? In 1857, scientists discovered a washed-up squid beak that measured around 3 inches across. They were convinced they had found the remains of the Kraken, a giant squid. Since then, many scientists have discovered other species of giant squid, but it's impossible to tell how big they get because whole specimens of the species are rarely found. However, the remnants of the larger squid, the colossal squid, have been found in the stomach of sperm whales. Scientists have used beak measurements to reconstruct colossal squid bodies and estimate them to be around 33 feet long. Professor Mark McMenamin thinks squid may have been even bigger than that. He discovered fossils in Nevada which may prove the squid of the Triassic era could have been up to 100 feet long and feasted on school bus-sized fish. Other paleontologists doubted this, inspiring him to return to the site. He later discovered what he believes to be the tip of a huge beak belonging to a Triassic kraken. Unfortunately, the fossil was never identified. Here's looking at you, squid.
Cheers for watching and good on you, mate. Now, if you want to be a cool cobber, give this next video a burl.
This video is sponsored by the Behaviour Doctors, #1 ranked dog psychology and behaviour modification experts. Over 5,200 dogs rehabilitated in the last 18 years. All were 70 to 90% improved in 2 to 4 days. Resolve your dog's unwanted behaviours today. Email info@thebehaviourdoctors.com.